Hey folks, how's it going? Peter here, and today we are going to learn how to replace the radiator on a BMW 5 Series E60 body. So here you can see I have the replacement radiator. Got that off Amazon for about $170 something. It's a bear, and let's do it. First step to drain the radiator of its current coolant is going to be to open the coolant reservoir. The second step is going to be done right here with that red cap. We're going to open that up and it's going to bleed out the coolant. Right here is where mainly I can see that my radiator is leaking on the bottom pan of the radiator here. I've checked all the tubes and none of them seem to be leaking at the seal. And this go all the way. Alright, that's all done. Got about that much? Yep. We are going to remove the Torx bit screws on this big long plate here. It's going to be 10 screws, 2 on each side here, 2 on each side here, and 2 in the middle.
Here we go.
Okay, next there's a plastic cover all across the top of the radiator, and we will be unscrewing it, switching to a Torx 25, and the screws are there and there and in the center and the other side in the same spots. Okay, now on the left hand side of the fan here we have a sensor. Just need to pull this up and out of here and just push it aside. See if you can get it to stay over here. Alright, now you see this hose here is the coolant reservoir overflow or vent hose. You're going to be very careful as you get this out. About 30% of the time it'll snap if it's really brittle. Just be very careful. Oh, it's going to take a while because it's trying to be really careful. I don't have an extra one. Alright, I think I did it. Now we'll go ahead and remove top radiator cover here. Alright, got some brush in there. Here we have a one-time clip. You're going to have to get a new one. So we remove it. There we go. Alright, as we can see here, got some hoses we need to detach from the fan housing. This, and up here on the side. There's going to be some more over there on that other side. Now before we get to taking the fan out here, we're going to do a quick release by pulling this little wire upwards. I took the clip off there. I had to kind of pry all around this with a screwdriver to get it actually loose enough to come off there. Now here we are pulling the fan up. So you just do that. You'll notice right down here there is a hinge like flap thing that goes straight out right there, and that will allow us to pull the rest of the fan out. Ta-da, there's a fan. Okay, we just have a few more tubes to get off the radiator here. One is on the passenger side right here, has a sensor on it. Just a quick release we pulled up there. Alright. Next one is this quick release here that got coolant all over it. when we drain the coolant. Okay, got that loose. Oh, no fun. Now this last one actually gets released by this little latch right here. You actually pull this down. This is like the quick release. Alright, so that latch we pulled was on the bottom of this whole big deal down here. And then I pulled that all upward. It was on this hook here. I took it off that hook so I could get it away from the radiator. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 hoses off. And just do a little maneuvering. Get some of the stuff out of the way. Oh, look at that. Couldn't see that from anywhere. All sorts of wonderful leads and stuff in there. Couldn't see that from anywhere on the outside. Old radiator, new radiator. Alright folks, that's pretty much how it's done. I don't think I need to explain to you how to do everything we just did backwards to get it back in. I think you're smart enough to figure that out. Okay, quickly, here's the only other piece I had to actually get besides the radiator. That's this little pipe clamp here, because the one that was on there was like this. It was only a single use one, so easy. Just stick it all the way on there, tighten it up, and that's it. Now stay tuned, because we're going to talk about how to cycle the coolant, cycle all the bubbles out so that you don't have any issues with bubbles in your coolant. And so that will be the end of the video then. Okay, so you probably have an indicator like this, and you can see that when it's all filled to where it should be, it'll be sticking up like that. Mine unfortunately does not. I just have to watch that white thing down there until it gets to the top of the right angle over there. Alright, now we're going to cycle out the bubbles of the coolant. So I put the key in, turn the ignition on. I don't start the car. I fasten the driver's seatbelt so that it stops bugging me. Then I'm going to go on climate control, and I'm going to get to this thing and turn it all the way up to heat. I'm also going to turn the temperatures up to heat. Turn the air conditioning off. I'm just going to keep it on low here. I'm going to hold the gas all the way down for about 10 to 12 seconds. That's going to engage my electric coolant pump. Now you shouldn't really have the cap off for this in case it splashes, but you can hear some whirring under the hood here, and you can see that it's squirting and cycling through all the coolant, and a lot of bubbles are coming out. And so there we go. This will run for about 10 to 12 minutes, and it'll cycle all the bubbles out of the system. It'll just run through its cycle. So let it do that. Hopefully we get rid of all those bubbles. You can see my level's gone back down again. I'm going to continue to fill it up to the right level as it cycles out all the bubbles.